I'm going to be showing you the best optimized solo rec PG build in NBA 2K26. This is kind of like a hybrid Russell Westbrook kind of build. Essentially, you'll be able to load up into rec and pretty much dominate the game as a solo rec PG. So, start this build. We're going to stay at 6'3". We're going to go to 216 pounds. And we're going to go with a 6'8" wingspan. And then throughout this video, I will say that there is a lot of cap breaker talk that's going to happen. So, we're going to have 15 cap breakers. That's what we're going to kind of shoot for this build. I assume if pretty much everybody has that, but again, you'll have to change the build kind of based on, you know, how many cap breakers you have, but that's what we're going to aim for here. So for this build on finishing, we're going to go with a 64 close shot. We're going to go with a 74 driving layup. We're going to go with a 79 driving dunk. And we're going to go with a 25 stand layup and a 34 post control. So immediately here is going to be a set of our cap breakers here. And the goal with this build was to kind of get as much dunk as possible. So you will use all 5 cap breakers here. You'll get a 96 driving dunk, and we will have the vertical to get all the dunk packages with it. Essentially, I wanted this to, again, like it's like mimicking Russell Westbrook in a way, but we will have to make sacrifices in other areas of the build to get this. But in the end, it does play like Russell Westbrook, or if you just want to think of it as like a slasher. So you will end up having 96 drive dunk. For your shooting, we're going to go 75 mid-range. We're going to go with an 85 three-pointer. And for free throw, we're going to go with an 87. So for your three-point shot here, we're going to use another 5 cap breakers. It's going to get it just to a 90, which is going to give you the limitless. This is where the build kind of like, people are probably going to say it's not Russell Westbrook because not a high midi. But really, I mean, if you really want to look at it as like a slasher more than a Russell Westbrook build, that's fine. But that's kind of what I was shooting for. But yeah, you're only going to have a 75 mid-range. You don't get a lot of cap breakers with it. It's like +1s. Three-pointer, we're going to get it to 90 so we can get that. We're going to get the deep bomber takeover badge. And so that'll be good to get with this build since it's such a good driving build. If you do get that limitless deep bomber badge, you'll be able to really extend the defense and then get past them. If you're playmaking, we're going to go with an 85 pass accuracy. We're going to go with an 89 ball handle. We're going to go with an 86 speed with ball. So this is where more of your cap breakers is going to come into play. You're going to want to use 5 for your speed with ball. You're going to want to use 3 for your ball handle. So 5 speed with ball is going to get you the Hall of Fame lightning launch with it, which then you can like plus whatever with the extra stuff. And then the +3 here is going to get you gold handles for days and gold unpluckable. And then again, using your +1s, +2s, you can up those. But so far we have 5 on driving dunk, 5 with three-pointer, 5 with speed with ball, and 3 with ball handle. We were aiming for 15. This build is going to end up being around 18 cap breakers to make. You could make some sacrifices with this and adjust it here and there, but 18 cap breakers looks like what it's going to be to get this build like fully maxed out. Now for our defense, we're going to go 54 interior. We're going to go with a 92 perimeter. We're going to go with an 85 steal. We're going to go 67 block. So this is probably in the area where if you don't have that many cap breakers, I would look to lower. Maybe take your perimeter from a 92 to an 85 and see if you can up any of the other stuff that we talked about if you don't have that amount of cap breakers. So 15 to 18 is the range here that we're going to shoot for. So you do get gold challenger, pretty much every defensive gold badge that you want. You are 6'3". I tried to make this at 6'4". You just couldn't do it. And you'll see why in a second. This is kind of what makes the build pretty fun. 85 steal, you get the gold interceptor. It's really good. And then the 67 block. And this, now, I mean, it kind of has stuff to do with Russell, but not really. But you want high block to get contest when you jump in Rec or Pro-Am. So we definitely want to have that. And then now for this next part, this is where definitely you could save a lot of cap breakers. So I, again, am playing into the Russell Westbrook slasher, solo rec, kind of do it all. But for your rebounding, for offensive rebound, we're going to go with a 64. And for your defensive rebound, we're going to go with a 70. That is going to unlock the silver box out beast. You have bronze rebound chaser. I think the fun part about this is we have such high driving dunk, and we're going to have a high vertical where you can do a lot of putback dunks and get your own rebound. So if you end up finding yourself down there with another point guard and you get a stop, you can get the rebound or on offense, if you fly in and try to do a putback dunk, this build can definitely do it. And it's really fun when you do get it. So again, just to really have a solo rec play with this guard build, I think some of that stuff is like pretty fun to do. Now for your physicals, we're going to go with an 88 speed. We're going to go with an 87 agility. And we're going to go with an 82 vertical. And then last but not least, we're going to go with an 84 strength. And now this is probably the part where, you could talk about it not being, like Russell. Russell's not 216 pounds. Actually, he might be. But this is really just for that Hall of Fame strong handle to get the blow-bys. So you can, if there's any locks or builds, most of the time if you go into solo rec, you're going to be going against other PGs with no strength on them. Or, maybe they're taller, and you will just kind of fly right through them with this. So it's going to help your drive. The 82 verticals attached to what's going to be your 96 driving dunk. The 87 vert, 88 speed. I mean, you're going to be really, really fast. It's everything that you want to play defense and to play offense. And being at 6'3", you're not going to be a liability on defense. You'll be able to play pretty much anywhere on the court, whether it's in the corner. And then also, with the rebound, you can help your team actually get rebounds and help hold box outs. If you're running a transition, you have the 96 drive dunk. You're going to be able to dunk on anybody. The build is too short to get stand dunks. That's why we're not going to have any of that. You could up this to a 75 and get the bronze layup mixmaster. I kind of tried to get there, but I didn't try too hard. I just didn't. I mean, if you're going to drive it with this build, you might as well go up for the dunk. So then the next adjustment you could make, like I said, lower that 92 perimeter. You could up this mid-range quite a bit, or maybe even if you wanted to lower the pass accuracy, this is really just for that bailout badge. It's sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not great. And that's pretty much it for the build. We'll talk here just kind of about what the shades of are, and we'll recap the cap breakers. So for the build name, we got the two-way Blowby Bully, which I think is a pretty good name. So there's not a lot of weaknesses. It's just the mid-range. But overall, this build is pretty insane. It's really fun to play with. And now we'll go look at the best dunk packages for this. I wanted to just talk about the dunks because I see a lot of players just like throwing a bunch of random dunks on, and you want to like really specialize your dunk. So of course, we're not going to see all of the ones, but we will have a 96. So make sure that you go equipped, make sure you go equipped, go to your 2-foot moving. You're going to want to be able to equip these. This is the one that we went for. That's just why you need the 96 82. So if you wanted to go a little lower, maybe like the 93 and not get the 2-foot moving dunks, then you don't have to get the 82 vert or 96 drive dunk. So you could save a lot, but that's definitely something we were going for. But you will for sure have a lot of dunk packages to pick from. I would really focus on a lot of the contact dunks, of course, like buy every single contact dunk. Make sure you go buy your alley-oops, your contact alley-oop dunks. All of these you want to buy. You do get this one too, the elite contact alley-oop, so you can get those. You won't get any standing. And then I would focus a lot more on like your basics and things like that with these. I wouldn't do like all of the athletics. Now, if you just want to go have fun and don't really care about getting blocked or stopped, I wouldn't like buy some of the like you should really avoid any back scratchers. You could look to get your quick drops. We can't get it right now, but that's a great one to get. Some of these baseline reverses are pretty good. Like when they kind of come under the rim and dunk under, like that one. Those are really good to like not get blocked. I would focus on those. And then your signature dunks, like the good ones are like Devin Booker. I think LeBron has some good ones. If you like when you get 96, you'll see all these unlocked. So just make sure like the dunks you do, sometimes less is better because you'll know what animations might be kicking in as you play. If you just equipped every single dunk, you're not really going to know what's going on. I would avoid anything that takes too long, and it will help you dunk more consistently and not get your the meter taken away as quickly. Because if you're doing a wind-up windmill and then a center or power forward or big jumps under you, it usually takes away the meter. So you want to really focus on the as fast as you can dunks, which is why like the quick drops, the 1-foot quick drops are always good. I think Devin Booker and them have like a pretty good takeoff point. LeBron has a really good takeoff point where you're just kind of going up. So yeah, I would avoid back scratchers, anything that takes too long in the air, and then you'll set yourself up to really not miss any dunks. And that's it for this video. If you're a YouTube content creator, check out a tool I use in the description below called Launch Lens. It's a thumbnail creator. It can elevate your thumbnail quality on your channel and just help you get a lot better views. I use it for a lot of my videos and a lot of creators are starting to use it as well. So check that out. Let me know if there's another build that you guys want to see. But if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.